everyone, Uncle Jojo, Jika, to another Rip Roaring episode. Today we're just going to look at set-outs, so laying out our bathroom or wet area. It doesn't have to necessarily be a bathroom or wet area, it could be a laundry with tiles, it could be a kitchen area with tiles, anything that needs to be laid out so you know exactly what position things are going to go and where, and that the lines are all going to match. Big thing that we've got here is the area that we're in is around about 130 years old. So the walls are out of plumb, floors out of square, and what we've got to do is try and find a way to balance everything out really well. Shower base, which is getting built in. So it's a shower base that's pre-made and formed that we're going to slip into the area. So we want to get those lines right so that our tile line is all matched up. We don't want big cuts in it because otherwise that'll really stand out. Our walls are the same. We want to plumb those up as best we can so that the lines stay nice and straight. We don't want to have 50 mil at the top and 10 mil down the bottom. It also makes it very hard to cut the tiles like that. Another thing that we want to do is look at how we're going to be walking through the room. So if walking into the doorway, what we're going to be looking at, how it's going to be square, is it going to work with the tiles or whatever kind of end product that we're looking for. Then on top of that, we've also got our lines upward. So we've got our floor set out, and then also what we've got to do is look at our wall layout. Before I go onto the walls, the other thing I need to look at is vanity. So I've got a vanity, there's going to have a line as well where the bench top's going to stop. So I've got shower base, shower screen, bench, vanity, lines for where all of that's going to go. So all of those lines need to play in a big part with each other to sit properly. From there, then we start looking at our lines, our plumb lines down our wall, and make sure that all of our plumb lines are going to work with each other and that we're not going to have massive breaks or cuts. We've actually hand rented quite a lot of this wall and tried to plumb it up the best that we could without going overboard. What I mean by that is if I actually made it 100% accurate, I would have ended up being probably 20 mil out at the top compared to hard down the bottom. So the wall would have looked like it was on the angle. So what you've also got to do is take into consideration the angle of the room and how it's going to look when you walk in. You don't want to over correct it if you don't have to, because what it will do is then look out of balance. So there's going to be an amicable solution you're going to find, or a middle solution that you've got to find in there. Any questions or queries about, before I go, then you also need to look at where you're going to get your fittings and fixtures and all that jazz slipped in there as well. So, you know, like your shower rails, your shower screen, toilets, any of those things you also need to take into consideration. We've got a window here. We want to make sure that when we run our architraves back around that's all going to blend in, especially with the lines of our tiles. So all of those things play a little part in how we're going to look at that end product from now. And this is before we've even waterproofed. So it's so important that we even look at this as we're setting everything out, so we know exactly where everything's going to go before we've finished our waterproof. Any questions or queries about any of that, flick it over and I'll answer it for you best I can, whenever I can. Thanks for watching. Like always, stay hungry, banana peels. I'll see you in the soup.